start the recording for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Professional streamer. Anyway, that is that for practice. Checkered flag is out, so let's have a look at the fastest time. So apparently, Fergo had the fastest time in practice, 54.29. That hasn't shown up for us, but whatever. Very competitive tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good night. I'm looking forward to qualifying when some of the guys take the bags of concrete out of the boot and see where everyone shakes out.
If we run through the results from practice, so Chris Munro on top, ahead of Andrew Ferguson, Peter Reid, Stephen Marsden and Matt Cotter. That is pretty well par for the course for AK Racing Bet Supercars. Daniel Cicluna, he's up there as well as Albertsman. Have a look at the gap for Albert. Actually, the times for Albertsman and Cicluna exactly the same. That is insane. James Delaney, a bit surprised to see him down in 8th, but considering that less than half a second is covering the top 10, that's can't really put anything on him for that. Susanna, dark horse, keep an eye on him as always. Matty Richards in 10th and also in chat. We have Reeves, I believe, a newcomer to the series. I haven't seen his name before. Tyler Craig down in 12th, McFarlane 13th, Marshall 14th, Grant in 15th. Then we go back to Eaton, Betts, Callison, Hill, and Hughes rounding out the top 20, and Rule and Park rounding out the field. 22 drivers.
22 or 23? Yeah, no, 22. Yeah, what a fantastic turnout.
Yes, great to see that AK Racing on the up, it seems, for their Supercar series. Oh no!
Absolutely.
Oh no! Chris Munro is not racing tonight. Damn. Okay, 21 drivers will be racing tonight. Yeah. Well, we had the question asked in the lead up to the event. Hello, we got messages from Buller. Oh, okay. I need to download a new track. Okay, cool. This should take only a few seconds. Good old Aussie broadband NBN. Let's see, I don't need any of that anymore. What was I saying? Yes, we had a poll running in the lead up to the stream. Who's your pick for Formula One tonight? That was an amazing race last night.
Yeah, it was. I watched the highlights this morning. It's always good for the sport when Ferrari is doing well. And honourable mention there to the two McLarens as well, with Norris and Ricciardo representing quite well. Still a ways to go to get to the top, but they're doing quite well this year as well.
Yeah, great to see McLaren up there, and Danny Ricciardo looking like as though he's a lot more comfortable with that McLaren too. I do understand that the previous McLaren was a bit odd to drive, apparently.
Well, it had a very specific driving style. The way that I saw it described actually reminded me of racing PCR chassis in go-karts. You had to drive them very, very hard into the corner.
Which would suit Lando Norris quite well because he always ran Tony karts, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Danny Ricky was running Birrells and Arrows when he was running go-karts. So yeah, pretty important development in a driver's career when they're trying to sort out their driving style. Got to get a kart chassis that suits the driving style, I suppose. We're going to start a prediction for qualifying. I'm assuming that's the next session. What are we going to see for pole time? Sub 54, you reckon?
Where were we in practice? A 54.3, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible. I think a sub 54 is certainly possible. Might be hard to get there though, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, so looks like the spicy cough is going around a bit in AK. Chris Munro he's got the sickness, probably die if he races, and Cicluna as well. Been feeling crook for today, will probably run badly tonight. And then we have Taylor Simmons. He broke his ankle. So someone's always got to be different.
Chat's getting spicy.
Chat. Well, the spicy coffee's around, so yeah. Oh, everyone's so mean to Taylor. Good stuff. Good stuff. Was a family-friendly chat, and then Buller had to jump in. Also, a bit of a shout-out to Shorty47 for the follow. That was 5 days ago off stream. So, yeah, thanks for the follow. We're now at 405 followers. Hello to Monjan as well. Hope everyone's ready for a chaotic night of racing around Barbagello. Short track racing seems to bring out the best racing. We saw a lot of close racing with the GT Club TR2 races when they were around the short American tracks, and now we're at a short Australian track with V8 supercars. Should be quite similar, you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. It's when you limit the number of corners, you sort of bring the whole field together, and that's what we're seeing tonight so far in the practice times, and hopefully what's replicated through qualifying and into the racing.
And the early okay, I'm confused. I'm getting tagged and everything on the AK Discord. What are we talking about? Oh, yes, this track. Well, it's also a tough track to pass on, isn't it, really? The only real places are the final corner, maybe turn 1, and that speed bowl. And that speed bowl is going to be a high-risk passing manoeuvre, so...
The
Yeah.
bowl at turn 6 is probably the best area to pass. You do need to get the move done nice and early in that corner though, because the low line definitely affects your run onto onto that back straight there. Turn 1's quite good if you can get the run off turn 7, and turn 4. Particularly if the guy in front of you has a little bit of a moment and runs a little wide, turn 4 is actually quite a good passing opportunity as well. It's also a high risk for bump and run through there in turn 4.
Yeah, bump and runs. Well, I don't think we have Shane Van Gisbergen in the server tonight, so I think
Oh,
we should be
snap.
safe for that.
Couldn't see.
Got him.
Topical. Topical.
I think everyone can agree that's a bit grubby what he has been doing. But anyway, not supposed to really have an opinion on that, am I? Oh well.
Yeah, that whole section from turn 2 through to 3, 4, and 5 very difficult to pass. And turn 5 becomes quite critical though, because if you can get the good run through turn 5, that sets you up for the pass into turn 6.
Yes, indeed. Still waiting on a server to jump up in case you're wondering what on earth is going on. Should be coming up soon. Any minute now. In fact, it's actually gone completely from... it should be up any minute now. I guess we should try and find something else to talk about. Formula 1 seems to be quite popular to talk about.
Yeah, the F1's been going quite well.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Yeah, don't know what to expect tonight. I don't know that anyone else is interested in chat, but MotoGP is looking interesting. And World Superbikes as well. It's a big weekend of racing tonight. So yeah, good old long weekends. Definitely finishing up this stream and then jumping straight over to watching. I don't know. What should I watch tonight? Superbikes, MotoGP, or Formula 1?
Well, there's a lot of options. It's a good time to be in the motorsport arena at the moment, isn't it?
Certainly is. Still trying to find this server. Don't think it's up yet. But anyway. I suppose while we're waiting, we should probably discuss what else is going on this channel. So Tuesday night, we will be not back with Shakedown. They're having their mid-season break. But we will be back with GT Club on Friday night for their Renault RSO1 series. Think it's called? Think that's what it's called? Yep, RSO1 series. So That's going to be quite fun. Unfortunately, I missed the first round. A bit of miscommunication. Didn't know it was on, and ended up going out for dinner instead with you, actually. Yeah. But yeah, Shakedown Sim Racing, that's their schedule. We'll be back not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after for Hungaroring. That's going to be fun. Of course, big thing as well, we are getting our own racing series happening again. The Super GT League is about to start, really. Let me just get a Discord link for us for the Go Race Discord. And if you want to get involved in the Super GT League, well, you jump onto our Discord and you get involved. 2 classes, GT500 and GT3. Then we have 3 different teams championships as well. We have the Pro League, which is for 2 GT500 entries, Pro-Am for a GT500 and a GT3 entry, and then the Am League for 2 GT3 cars. Basically, we've already got the content up and running on our shared drive, so you can download the GT500 cars. We're just using the vanilla Kunos GT3 cars, so yeah, pretty easy for you guys to join in. Also, while we're at it, we may as well get an invite happening for the AK Racing Discord. There we go. Give me a second. I'm running 2 computers at the moment. It's tricky. I'll tell you right now. Anyway, there's the AK Racing Discord if you want to get involved with what you're seeing tonight. There we go. We have a server. Good stuff. Thank you, Buller. Chris, you and I are actually entered in the Super GT League. Excited for that one?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to it. We had a lot of fun running the Super GTs. Was it 2 years ago now? Go Race Promotions hosted a one-off event, and it was quite enjoyable. So looking forward to jumping in and having another crack at them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Getting behind the wheel again. Of course, we've been running the WEC series with GT Club. That's been interesting. Their next event is actually happening next weekend at Le Mans. Oh, hello.
Yes, it is.
I think we're getting pinged with penalties. That's always good to know. Oh, we got everyone lining up at the end of pit lane, and it would be good if you could see that, Chris. No, that's not it. So Corso, there we go.
All right, and we look like we're live. All right, it's looking good.
All right, so Matt Cotter is first out on track. And looks like he's got Albertsman just behind him. Oh, that is not the right camera. There we go. I think that is still the wrong camera. Still the wrong camera. That's the right camera. Okay, here we go. So we had a few predictions come in. Lots of people think it's going to be over 54. Well, actually, it's pretty well. Yeah, more people thinking it's going to be a over 54-second lap time that gets pole. We have one brave person, whoever that is. Bullermeister thinks it's going to be a sub 54.
Well, they've finished their installation lap. It is a short lap, so depending what these guys are doing with tyre pressures, they may actually need a second lap to get those tyres in the operating window. Let's see what our first flying laps look like.
On board with Matt Cotter at the moment. So that car is not looking exactly stable, but well, I think Cotter likes it a little bit unstable.
Yeah, won't be doing much for his pace though. Being that sideways.
You say that, but Matt Cotter can extract the best out of these cars when he's sideways for some reason. I don't get it myself, but he does. Back down through the gears on the limiter as well. Of course, he's got to be careful. If we remember, he blew up his gearbox on the last lap of last season. And he sets a 55-1 for a banker. Now Birdsman into third. Reed up into second now. Marshall, McFarland. So Cotter 55.
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that to be a benchmark.
I kind of was. Like I said, it's a short lap, and as we know with the Assetto Corsa, it usually takes a lap or two for the tyres to really come up to pressure. So I was definitely expecting that first lap to be a little bit off the pace.
Callison up into third. Now, Callison is a newcomer to the series, if I'm not mistaken. And he's certainly pushing the buttons early. Across the line, a 54.8, so we're getting there. Albertsman not able to go faster. Marsden up into second. So the second round of laps, we're seeing Stephen Marsden slide into second.
Now this is a whole new track mod, isn't it? You just downloaded it then. So I wonder if maybe the surface is a little bit different to the last mod that they used.
I think the mod that they just sent me, that was just about shaders and things like that, so it took place.
Okay.
Although, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look at that.
There it
is. Just textures, apparently, so there you go. Thank you, Bullet. Some great textures on that billboard over there, I'll tell you what. Best channel on Twitch. There we go, our Burstman to the top now. Marsden unable to improve. Peter Reid goes sliding up into second. So, yeah.
Inching towards that 53.
Running
Still a little bit over half a second.
They're running out of time. Less than 8 minutes left in the server.
Which is 8 laps. Because it is a very short track. Some of them might be carrying extra fuel as well to get through 8 laps of qualifying, which might be lowering the time a little bit.
Well, let's have a look at Callison here. New name for the series, if I'm not mistaken, running in the Iris Mustang. And he's currently in 12th, but he's setting personal bests every single lap, so we might see the Iris Mustang get up there tonight. Matt Cotter goes up into pole once more, provisional pole I should say. Marshall's in there as well, which is great to see. Looks like Callison is just behind Josh Hill in the Boost Mustang. So, we might actually... Oh my God! There we go!
Oh dear, I was just going to say we've got a couple of people in the pits looking like they're grabbing new tyres, and then I saw what was going on there, and
yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that one. I see. I think he's got his waifu in the corner there.
yeah,
Oh, no.
there's definitely a waifu on the dash.
Yep. Hang on. No. Oh, jeez. Pressed the wrong button. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna walk in and we're gonna see what he. Yep.
Twin waifu.
Yep. All right, so there we go. We got a new runner for Dash of the series. Yeah, I like it when people do that. Gives me something to laugh at. Another new name is Reeves. He's running a bit of a vanilla. Definitely no waifu on this one. Mobile 1 Middies Racing 323. I don't think Reeves has actually set a lap time yet. So
I guess we'll see now whether the fresh tyres start switching something on in these cars for a few of those people.
well, switching something on for Peter Reid. He's 10th up in Sector 2, and he goes pole of 54.5. So it's a good time for Peter Reid.
And he's going back for new tyres now as well.
Susanna's also improving. He moves up into 11th. Susanna is not a great qualifier, but he always puts it together in the race. He always makes me think of Justin Rediex, because he always just seems to have that dark horse label put on him all the time. One day he will lose it.
Hill's just popped up into 11th now and displaced Cesana as you're talking about him.
Yep.
Typical of the old Matt Nibris curse.
No. We haven't actually laid out any curses yet.
Well, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Twitch clips that suggest otherwise.
But yeah, I haven't laid out any curses tonight. We're working to it, okay? We're working up to it. You got to warm up for these commentators' curses, okay? It doesn't just happen. Anyway, look, yeah, I'll do it right now. I mean, it's Josh Hill. Josh Hill is on improvement. He's only less than 2/10 slower than Peter Reid's time. He's just going to get into this last corner. He's just going to get through nicely. Not a problem. Not a single problem for Josh Hill. And you know, just a clip of the curve. That's all. That's fine. See, I'm not cursing anyone yet. You got to warm yourself up.
He does actually improve on that lap.
Yeah,
he goes up 9th. So
there you go. I don't know how I do the commentator's curse, but it happens. Oh, big lock up there for Reeves as he heads through the speed bowl. And he's still up on his lap time. In fact, he's only 7/10 down on Peter Reid. I say only 7/10, that's huge, but you know, not bad. That's Peter Reid. In fact, he's got Peter Reid just in front of him, so this is perfect. This has worked out perfect for Reeves.
Yeah, it's always good to tuck yourself under the wing of someone who's up towards the front, pointing into the field.
Here's another
Get a bit of an idea of. We have a second monster Mustang.
Oh, that's not a Mustang. That's a Falcon. Yeah. So that's Rule. Brand new to this. Another new name. Great to see more new drivers turning up in the series. Hopefully they stick with it. Now I'm starting to see purples lighting up on the timing tower. And Rule's actually just parked it there for some reason.
Yeah, it looked like an oil pressure failure in the Rule car.
Everyone's losing a lot of time in that middle sector. So Tyler Craig not looking real flash, sitting on the side of the track there. Matty Richards, he's only down by 0.014 of a second in the first sector. That first sector seems to be a very easy sector for everyone, actually.
Yeah, it's a nice flowing sector. The real, as you were saying before, the real key to this lap is the bowl. You can make up a lot of time there, but you can lose even more when you get it wrong.
Richards is looking like he's going to make a lot of time, up by 3/10 on the live delta, and he slots up into 5th. Matty Richards even sends a purple sector 3. Oh, Cycluna now up into 3rd. I was about to say Cycluna going purple in sector 1. He's not feeling well, but that's not slowing him down apparently. Peter Reid's lost time in the second sector. We'll see if Matt Cotter goes purple. It goes green in sector 2. So we might see an improvement for Matt Cotter. The predictor is saying 54.4. Hammers that exit.
Crashes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Really crashed over that. And he'll get at least 2 more laps in.
Have a look at those times between Matt Cotter and Peter Reid. 54.503 for the pair of them.
Well, that's probably the tightest pole margin that I've seen in the AK racing. This is looking good though.
Yeah, Reid, he's doing quite well.
The car looks nice and planted on the way out of the bowl, out of turn 6 there.
So it's sort of like the yin and yang, isn't it? You got Matt Cotter who's just absolutely sending it everywhere. And
I don't know how Peter manages to concentrate with that dash.
Yeah, I don't know either, but he improves by 0.002 of a second.
Now, I think he's been this final lap.
Who's that? Peter Reid.
Reid, I think he outbraked himself down to turn 1 there, so I think that's him done.
We've got James Delaney set 2 green sectors. That means he's on a personal best in the Pertec Falcon. So he tips it through the final corner, nicely over the exit curb, very smooth. Sort of expected from James. and he does not go. He does not improve. He's down in 9th. So that's one of our championship protagonists. That is not looking real flash for Tyler Craig. That looked like collapsed suspension almost.
Yeah. And I think that's it. I don't know that anyone else is on the lap that I can see.
No, that's right. Everyone is pretty well going slower. Susanna not going to improve. Hughes, he's gone personal best in Sector 2. He may just pick up a few tenths if he gets the final corner right.
That is a fantastic looking car too, isn't it? The Cadbury car.
Certainly is. And he's actually going to improve to 13th, so not bad for Josh Hughes.
Well, a couple of surprises in that qualifying session.
We've got to pick
Not up the top, of course. the top 4 there look pretty familiar.
Yes,
but a couple of the big names a little bit further down the order than we would have thought.
Well, let's get a new prediction. Are we going to have a clean turn 1?
Absolutely not.
Ye of little faith.
Absolutely not. No, it's Barbagello. It's turn 1. No. Yeah, everyone's saying no.
No
Everyone
faith.
is saying no.
No faith. I always have faith in the lads that we
100 of my channel points on that.
Is that all?
Yep.
That's weak, man. Right, let's run through qualifying. So Peter Reid on top, ahead of Matt Cotter by 0.002 of a second. Then we have Daniel Cicluna, another 0.03 of a second behind Cotter. And Ferguson, well, actually, the top 5 separated by half a tenth. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
It is very, very close at the top. It is tight at the top, as one might say.
Yeah, well, the 2 TerraTech Nissans are only 4 thousandths of a second between them. Then we have Albersma in 6th, Matty Richards 7th, Marshall in 8th, Delaney 9th. Watch for Delaney to make his way through the field. Then we have Tyler Craig.
10, the top 10 here separated by 0.36 of a second. That's crazy.
It is really good. Josh Hill, Callison, Susanna, Hughes, and McFarland. That's your top 15. Then we have Eaton, Betts, Grant, Reeves, and Rule. And then we have Park rounding out the field, and that is it. We'll jump out of the server. Tyler Craig, this track a bit gay. Wrong. Track is awesome. It's the attitude you got to have, really. This track is awesome. Then you go, well.
Yeah, it's very similar to racing in the rain, isn't it? If you have a negative opinion of racing in the rain, you generally don't race well in the rain.
Yes, exactly. Look at that. We got people with faith in AK racing. So we've got like how much have we got? 2.8 thousand go races on no clean turn 1, but 12,300 go races on a yes clean turn 1. So see, gotta love it.
I think back to all of the famous turn 1 moments, many of them between Mark Scaife and Marcus Ambrose.
You know, Russell Ingle and John Bow. John
those guys
Bow and
get
John
involved.
Bow. Russell Ingle and Russell Ingle.
Goddamn John Bows, they're ruining these John Bows. No, we love John Bow. John Bow's a classic of the sport.
He is. We forgive him for being Tasmanian.
Ooh, that's maybe not that far.
Well, the surgery, he had to remove the second head. That's, you know, it's...
Are there any Tasmanians in chat? Raise 3 hands if you are.
Good stuff. Just like that, okay? Just like... Yep.
Raise all 14 fingers, yep. Yep, good work.
Well, how are they going to do that? They can't count past 10. We're not very nice here. We're not very nice.
Don't forget to share your screen either, you peanut.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Happy.
Alright. Yep, looking good now.
Okay. Okay, so... Let's find James Delaney. Here he is. So I can just position this just right. That is almost his view of the. There we go. So that's what he's looking at. He's got a bit going on. How do you play this? You just. I mean, for me, there's two ways you can play that. You can play it safe, or you can just go right around the outside of turn 1.
Look, I think whenever I have tried to premeditate how a turn 1 is going to go, it never goes the way that you premeditate it. Sometimes you just need to roll with the punches and see who's going to go where and when. Obviously, the inside line, particularly at this track, is going to become very, very congested. So you might be able to pick up a position or two around the outside, but then you're running that high risk and potentially low reward of being out in the dirty stuff when all of the shit goes down.
Family friendly stream. Yep. You get one of those per stream, Chris.
It's still PG. I checked the rules.
Is it?
Yep. It's
Okay.
PG. No F-bombs though.
Ah, okay. That is a dodgy looking tent.
Unless you're Deadpool.
Ah, yes. Anyway, we're about to get set for a race. Anyway, we've got 6 lights on. And 6 lights out. We are away and racing. It's a bit of a tardy start for Peter Reid. He had a lot of wheel spin, but he manages to get the second phase right. And it looks like he will get the whole shot into turn 1. Can we get through turn 1 cleanly? We've got 3 wide in some places. A little nudge, a little tap here and there. And, oh, I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Give me them points, Chris.
They did a fantastic job working their way through turn 1 there. That was really, really good.
Taking your points, I'm giving them all to Buller. All right, so Peter Reid has taken the early hole shot. And he leads Matt Cotter, Daniel Cicluna sitting there.
Bertsma having issues. He's dropped down the order.
Well...
Is he? Or is that just a timing thing? That might just be a timing issue.
Yeah, timing issue. Now, interesting with the tyre selection, we've got a few drivers on the super softs. 52 lap race, that's pretty big.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm assuming there's not a requirement to run both compounds.
That's correct. Oh, we have one driver in pit lane already. That is Luke. Well, I'm assuming it's Luke Reeves. Might be Liam, I don't know. But that's Reeves in the... That might
and
be
that is a drive-through penalty. I would say he probably jumped the start there.
Indeed. All right, well...
the fresh driver jitters.
Oh, yeah. Standing starts are...
Taylor is the course car. Disregard me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's okay. I get confused by that all the time. I just look at the logos.
Yeah.
So, well, right now, Eaton getting absolutely shuffled here as Susanna's had a tough start to this race. He's way down in 16th. He is definitely out of place. We'll watch him. We'll have the Susanna watch going throughout the stream. His fastest lap of the race for Daniel Cicluna, 55.676. Not bad. As now Susanna and Eaton going side by side. Susanna actually on the soft tyre, so we'll see this at the start of this race. All the super soft runners will make a lot of progress. Oh, that's a touch. That is a touch, but Grant has held on to it. I don't know how he's done that. That's an outstanding effort there for Grant. Oh, hello. Yeah, we've got some timing issues going on our timing board.
I wonder if Grant missed one of the sector timings when he went off the road there.
Quite possibly. It seems to have sorted itself out now. And well, this is what we love seeing on these short tracks, these big, long freight trains. Cars just nose to tail the entire way.
The interesting fight at the moment will be Cotter, Cicluna and Marsden and Ferguson as well. There's a good mixture of tyre compounds in there. We'll just have to wait and see if Cicluna's able to use those super soft against Matt Cotter.
I don't really know what the tyre deck is like with the super softs. Of course, these guys do have to make a mandatory pit stop. It's not really hurting Cotter at the moment though. He's got a comfortable gap, 0.8 of a second between himself and Cicluna. It's more risk for Cicluna because Marsden is all over the back of him at the moment. You can see Grant getting shuffled down even further. Down our order. Oh, in the background there, that's Albertma looking up the inside. I think there may have been a little taparoo. And there's more taparoo.
A tap there.
Oh, Matty Richards off the track at turn 1. He'll rejoin. I want to keep watching this battle here because James Delaney is all over this. He's actually made a good start. He's up into 7th place.
Such an awkward corner, that one, turn 5. It's almost flat. And quite often you feel like you can go flat, and then you're very quickly reminded that you cannot.
There's a lot of corners like that. One corner that comes to mind is that little left-hander in Hungaroring.
Yes.
But yes, that is such a tough corner to get right. It
really is.
It's just so fast. I think if you asked Carlos Sainz Jr., he'd probably say that fast left-right turn at Albert Park.
Yeah, probably.
Well, if you actually, Sebastian Vettel just would say Albert Park.
just in general, yeah. Not a fan.
I really felt sorry in a way for Vettel. The first race back, new car, you must be pumped up, and you just. And by
You're
the
just
time
having a bad time.
You get to qualifying and you're ready to go home.
Yeah.
Not true. That's actually not true. There's no point if you're a race car driver that you're just at a racetrack and just like, I don't want to be here. Oh, we got cars touching each other.
I reckon there's a couple of people in this group that are probably feeling that way right about now.
Well, the only driver I can see that's really struggling at the moment is Park. Rule and Reeves are actually having a nice little battle down here for 19th as Rule tries to squeeze the middies. Commodore and Reeves now retakes that position. These guys have been swapping positions ever since Reeves jumped out of pit lane.
Yeah, it's good to see battles all the way up and down the field at the moment. Like I said, these short tracks, they definitely bring out the best racing. Blaney now up into 6th.
Yep, so he's dispatched of Albertsma. Oh, big twitch there for Betts. That's going to allow Susanna a chance. They're going to lean on each other a little bit. Susanna ends up... Oh, that was tight. That was super tight.
In the Mobile 1 BP Commodore.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
That's interesting.
There's quite a bit on there, isn't there? You got BP, Mobile 1, you got NAB.
He's definitely not paying his own bills.
Please. I like that. Please no punt. No one pays attention to that.
No, absolutely not.
Has he got anything on the dash? He's got nothing on the dash. Get out. If you're going to make a custom livery, please put something on the dash. It makes me laugh. It always makes me laugh. So this is Susanna. He's not having a good time on this soft compound tyre.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling with a little bit of understeer at the moment.
Hello, Twisty. Welcome to the chat. Please no punt loosely translates to hit me harder.
Meanwhile, Ferguson has just gotten back past Delaney.
Well, actually, they're side by side.
Delaney now, headlights on. He's putting the pressure on.
Oh, little tap.
You
and
could see that
tap.
coming a mile away. Does that count as not a clean turn 1?
No. I'm keeping those points, buddy. Now, this has really benefited Callison in the Team Iris Mustang.
Now, either Delaney's picked up some damage or he's trying to redress. I think he's redressing that one.
He absolutely is redressing. Delaney, he is a very fair driver. know that he'd be pretty frustrated by making contact. It's really, really tough when you're in the in-car just to judge where the front of the car is, and it happens a lot. It happens in real life.
Yeah, it certainly does. And turn one's one of those corners where it is awkward trying to make a pass in there.
So Callison doing really well at the moment. He's up in 10th. Now this is the Comtesse cursor, right? He's doing really well. Okay, he started 10th. He's up to 6th. He's looks like he's using those super soft tyres quite well. He's settled into a rhythm of about low 56, high 55s, and he is getting quite close to dash of the year. He's got a big contender. He's got a big contender though with James McFarland. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a self-portrait there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's close, isn't it? The Harmonator, he is sitting there in 13th. He's just got Eaton and Grant all over the back of him. Grant looking pretty racy at the moment. Looks like he's just settled down after that little melee he was having earlier in the race. I say earlier, it was probably like only 10 minutes ago. We're on lap 11.
Yeah, and everybody has sort of settled now, haven't they? A couple of good trains forming, but it seems like everyone's kind of settled in and gone, well, there's still a long way in this race to go. Guys on super softs, they'll be trying to nurse those tyres a little bit now. So Cluner now has succumbed to Marsden. He's dropped back to 4th.
So maybe the edge on these super softs is just starting to fall off. I was just about to ask your opinion.
He's fallen a long way back. Is that saying 4 seconds?
No, 1 second. That's a huge dive from Hill. I think that was a missed my braking marker. I'm going to go for it, otherwise I'm drilling you. And Tyler Craig, great awareness there. He's just given the space. And he gets that position back. Textbook switch back.
Marshall manages to capitalise as well, and he's looking racy at the moment behind Craig too.
Now this is what I love about these freight train style races on these short tracks. Someone makes a move and it brings more cars into it. You've got Matty Richards now. He's on the cusp of being a part of this battle. He will drag McFarland, Eaton and Grant with him. And in fact, Hill...
Yeah, he just tried to take turn 5 flat like we were talking about before. Was reminded.
He drops down to 12th. So Chris Munro, we got some expert commentary in the chat there. Supes are probably starting to drop off by now.
And Marsden at the moment, he's about 2/10 of a lap quicker than Cotter. Oh, that's a big moment.
Just talking about how well he was going, and now here comes Matty Richards charging up the inside. He can't quite capitalise, but that has brought basically everyone down to 16th as we see Reeves coming out of pit lane. So he was the first one to blink and get onto the soft tyre. So I wasn't actually about to say or ask what do you think the pit window would be. I think we're getting our answer. I think Reeves was on the super softs, and he's gone to softs again, or 2 softs.
Richards is on the soft, Marshall on the super softs in front of him. At the moment, it looks fairly equal, doesn't it?
Also keeping an eye on our leader, Peter Reid. He's on the super softs. He's now starting to lose time to Matt Cotter. So Cotter was a 10th quicker at last lap.
He doesn't need to worry too much, I don't think. I think he's built his 1.5 second sort of gap, and now he's just maintaining it. It's a very, very mature drive as he grabs that curb. That's not going to help.
That was an instant Comtesse curse. How's that feel?
Well, I feel a little bit like you now.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Well, depends. Depends what happens out of it.
Yeah. Just leave that open to chat. Or maybe I won't leave that open to chat. That's a dangerous game to play.
This top group, they've settled, but they're still all within touch of each other.
Within touch of each other? Crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm going to stick with it.
Except my fate, yeah. Still got battles up and down the field. Grant and Eaton still battling away. I think Eaton just ran wide there, 58. He's made a mistake in the final corner. We've got Susanna now. He's got Hughes all over the. No, that's not Hughes. That's that looks like Park actually. Loses Commodore. Park now loses a position to Reeves.
So the lap traffic starting to play a bit of a part here. Park's gone for the super softs again. I'm assuming he's just come out of the pits.
I don't think he has done a pit stop actually.
Okay.
Ooh, big push going into the bowl, and that will allow Hughes and Betts to get around him. Of course, he's getting the blue flag as well. We've rejoined our leaders, so the gap is down to under a second now.
Marsden's doing quite well on those super soft tyres. If what Munro was telling us is correct, then those tyres would be hurting, but he's consistently the fastest person on the track. And he is hunting down Cotter and Reed. Great music choice on the dash there as well.
No,
and he has now decided he's going for the undercut.
Yes, well, the two Terratech cars have got nice dashes, but we'll go over to Ferguson. Here we go. No longer go for a gap, which you'll be able to agree with this actually, Chris. So if you no longer go for a gap which exists, you're no longer a racing driver. Ayrton Senna or every sim racer going for a gap that never existed.
Absolutely. Reddit sim racing stewards. That's always worth a laugh.
Yeah, Jimmy Broadbent introducing that to me actually with his YouTube video. I haven't actually gone to it myself, but I'd be interested to go and have a look at that.
It's always worth a laugh.
Reddit is the laugh. Anyway.
I'll be interested to see where Marsden pops out. He has bolted soft tyres on. So I'd say he's now looking, he's down in P14 now, and I'd say he's looking to run to the end of the race on those tyres. Still a long way to go though. 32 laps, 34 laps.
So Cluner into pit lane, we'll see where he pops out. And also have a look at how long it takes to traverse through pit lane. As he is mobile again, and we're looking at 24 seconds for a pit stop. It's not bad, but now he's got to get those tyres up to temperature. He's actually not too far from Marsden. That has worked out quite nicely for him. He's right there with Susanna. Susanna doesn't want to be stuck behind this Mustang on cold tyres, and he forces his way through.
Yeah, so all that ground that he made up on Marsden, undone by a very opportunistic Susanna. And now, who's that in the middies car? No, that's Reeves. He's out of it. He's a lap down at the moment, so he shouldn't be interfering.
He looks like he's got the pace though. He might be able to unlap himself, but I don't know.
I don't think he's ever going to be able to unlap himself. He is still down fighting with the guys that are in 13th, 14th, 15th. Probably best just to settle in behind them and not get involved.
Now into pit lane. That'll be one of the drivers that Reeves is racing. So we'll see where he comes out. Although, well, never mind. Eaton is well and truly out of pit lane. 20.6 second stop. That is quite quick.
Yeah, that is very quick actually. Given that...
Oh, hang on. We have a change for the lead. Matt Cotter. He has passed Peter Reid at some point. So those supers, they are pretty well gone for Peter Reid. May have made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, well, he was starting to look a little bit concerning. Just, yeah, even there, look at that. Back of the car moved around on him a lot.
Okay, Long Power, please explain this to me. Why are you talking about balloons and doing pit stops with balloons and drifting in balloons?
There's a balloon. There's a balloon. You haven't seen the balloon?
What, you're talking about that balloon? Oh my god, what the hell? What? What? What?
I'm so confused. What just happened? Why did my stream just go dead? Are you doing dumb shit? Yeah, no, you are. You're doing dumb shit. Right, yeah.
I don't know how to react to that. That is, okay. Huh. Anyway, so, we'll just put that out of my mind forever.
So, there's a motor race going on.
Yeah, a pixel race of some description. We have got people in close quarters with each other. Here's two of them, Josh Hill and Steve Marsden. So Marsden's already done his pit stop. He's on fresh soft tyres, and Hill is struggling on those super softs. So we'll see if Marsden can make something work, or if he just sits behind Hill, expecting him to come to pit lane anytime soon.
So Reed's still out there soldiering on. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Reed's still soldiering on super softs. Delaney's still soldiering on super softs as well, and he's only 1.5 seconds behind Ferguson. And he's not losing a lot of ground. So he's making those super softs work for him as well. And the next car is Hughes in 13th on super softs. Now, I'm not sure if he's pitted yet or not.
I don't think he has. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's have a look at this battle here. We got the Humminator. He's doing his best to latch onto the rear bar of Matty Richards in the AK Racing Mustang. So he tips it through the final corner, sorry. The Kangaroo Valley Mustang seemed to look after its tyres a little bit better than the AK Mustang. He was 0.3 faster.
Looks like Richards has got him in Sector 1. I'd say, though, that where the Humminator's got his advantage, if he is looking after his tyres better, will be down through the bowl and into the final sector. There's a lot of lateral force down to this corner, and when you start to lose tyre grip, this is one of the areas where you feel it first.
There is a lot of load that goes in just as the track sort of changes direction. It goes up instead of down, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you tend to notice that when you start to lose that tyre grip, you start to slide wider and wider and wider on the apex, and it affects your drive down that back straight.
All the pit stops are cycling through. Now we have basically lost all our freight trains. That's sad. That is sad.
Park off the road.
Yep, Park off the road down at the bowl. So he's gone playing with some sandcastles. So now Hughes dives into pit lane.
So at this point, yet to pit, we have Cotter, Reed, Albertsma, Ferguson, Delaney, Craig, and Richards all yet to pit.
And McFarland.
And McFarland, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So the first of the pit stops is basically this man here, Steve Marsden. He's in 9th place. He is making up a lot of ground. I reckon he's making up a lot of ground. Hang on, let me just change that. Here we go, gaps. So Marsden, he really needs to pull in another 5 seconds to leapfrog Cotter, or at least have a chance at leapfrogging Cotter.
Well, it depends on the pit stop, really, doesn't it? Because we've seen a variation of between 20 and 24 seconds. So Factor into that the warm tyres.
Okay, we have got a request to focus on a driver. Twisty, who do you want us to focus on? Ed Reed into pit lane, by the way.
He's given up on those super softs. And what does Delaney do? This is the big question. He's the next in super soft. If I was him, I would have followed Reed in if I was him. So although his last lap was still a 56.1, so that's not too bad.
Doing his best to look after those tyres, but he's starting to lose time to Tyler Craig just behind in the 458. One of the many ING Mustangs that are out there in this league. Unfortunately, he's the only one I've seen tonight, but we did have about 3 of them at one stage. It was confusing.
Yeah, very.
Okay. Well, Twisty, you gotta come up with something, mate. You're pushing buttons. That is the most twisty thing I've ever heard, by the way. Just pushing buttons.
I can hear him giggling.
So can I, actually.
There is a twisty giggle going on at the moment.
Yeah, there is. Anyway,
shouldn't you be playing Space Engineers?
You should be playing Breakfast. Speaking of which, with the Go Race Promotions Discord, we're doing basically every week on Wednesday we are having races, but we're cycling through Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa Competizione and Wreckfest. And they're just casual nights, anyone can drop in, drop out as you please. So yeah, if you want to get involved in that, get stuck in with the Go Race Discord right there. All the details are there. Focus on McFarland. Yep, well, here we go. We got McFarland up the inside of Richards. That is pretty top. They're still side by side down the front straight. Delaney in a pit lane, by the way. We'll see what tyres he jumps onto, because he's just gone half race distance. I wonder if he'll go to the super softs again.
Reed has come out of the pits, and unless our timing monitor is incorrect, he is back on super soft. So he's going for a split strategy with those super soft tyres. Cotter, meanwhile, still yet to pit. Albertsma yet to pit. Ferguson yet to pit. Craig yet to pit. Richards yet to pit. And McFarlane yet to pit.
Oh, here comes McFarlane with a good send into... Oh, that was beautiful from McFarlane.
Now, does that open the door for Reed to follow? Reed gets
Absolutely
stuck into the pack.
I think that was just wheel spin for Matty Richards, and he will in fact lose positions, 2 positions down the back straight. So Reed just using that superior grip of the super softs, and Richards going right around that curve of death. And we also have Marsden trying to sneak up the inside. He's on fresher soft tyres, and Cyclona's in there too. Hey, we got a battle train going. That's good.
We do. Richards there, definitely struggling on those old tyres. And I'd say that Marsden and Cyclona have been hurt by the traffic. So if you remember, they came out of the pits and both of them had to deal with traffic fairly early on in those new stints, and that's probably why they've lost so much time to Cotter. So we'll just have to see now if those new tyres create the yield for Marsden that they did for Reed. He looks down the inside now. Not quite close enough this lap, and that's going to make him vulnerable now to Cyclona.
That was done pretty easily for Cyclona. Can't see Marsden fighting back from that, although he tries. They're still side by side. They're still side by side. Oh, that is risky for Marsden. That is not a place on the track that you want to go 2 by 2, but he's made it work.
Yeah, he did. He certainly did make it work.
And big ups
and
to Cyclona.
Cyclona will be kicking himself there because he did have a very good opportunity to make that move stick.
Oh, I was about to say, he did a very polite thing giving him room. I mean, that part of the circuit, the cars just naturally want to slide to the left-hand side of the circuit, but Cyclona really controlled it well.
Now watch for the cross back here again.
I don't think it'll happen this time.
Not this time. Well, good drive off that last corner for Cicluna though. So at the moment, Marsden's a little bit compromised because he's both trying to defend from Cicluna and pass. And here we go, Cicluna's, oh, I thought he was going to send it there.
He's got to play it smart here because Marsden is trying to make the move stick on Richards. Richards is struggling.
The oversteer from Marsden's car there, the way it's snapped under power.
Here we go.
Near tyres.
He's got to do it. Marsden has to send it in.
Now Cicluna can follow, and the good thing for Cicluna is he can take the race line, which is what I was trying to get to before. But Richards in the end chopped his nose off there, and I'm pretty sure Richards hasn't pitted yet.
No, he hasn't pitted. Which is going the very long stint. Oh, I thought there was going to be a taparoo there.
Well, now this will be infuriating Cicluna. He'll be looking back at yielding that position to Marsden and kicking himself, I think.
Now this would be a good shot right here. We're going to get a face full of Mustang in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, Mappy just positions the car. Oh my God, I just noticed what's on the front bar of Cicluna's car there, just underneath the bonnet. I think that's his Discord avatar, actually. Okay, I'm going to go on a limb and just say that the portrait on the balloon is actually Long Power Gaming.
Could be.
Well, he's got an obsession with that balloon.
Now, Cicluna around the outside, fresh tyres. He should make it work, and
here we
does.
go. Hey, the trailer park girl strategy works all the time.
But he's lost a lot of time to Marsden in that.
Well, he had to take it he had to be very patient with that though. You cannot just barge your way through because that's when you get penalties and that hurts you even more.
It certainly does, and it's a rough track to try to pass on.
Speaking of Mustangs going at it again, Peter Reid all over the back of Craig. Now Tyler Craig hasn't come in for a pit stop yet. But, Peter Reid, well, he's making good use of the super softs.
Again, though, he's come out of the pits and he's found himself caught in traffic, and that's hampering his ability to make the most of those tyres. So any advantage that he may have had over Cotter in terms of an undercut by getting onto those super softs, it's kind of burnt them up in the traffic, and now the tyres will be starting to hurt again.
Oh, here we go, up the inside, good little dive.
And that's what grip does. Yeah.
So Peter Reid now moves up into 4th, but he's running out of time to try and close in on Cotter and leapfrog him in the pits. I can't see the strategy working for Peter Reid though. I just can't see it working.
I don't think so. At this point in the race, I'm leaning towards Cotter coming in and putting a set of super softs on to run to the end of the race.
That's what I'm thinking, and there's just not going to be no way that Peter Reid, even if he does reclaim the position, he's not going to do it. He's not going to be able to hold on.
I don't think so, no. I think, yeah, I think he's going to struggle. I think he is going to struggle with tyre life.
Oh, Hughes, that is not the best place to spin out.
I don't think there's a good place to spin out.
No, there isn't, but there's definitely better places to spin out. Like in the gravel trap at turn 6, that's a lot better than spinning out right on the race line.
At the moment, we've got talking tyres. We've got 3 of our drivers on super softs at the moment.
Now Tyler Craig into pit lane. See where he ends up. I think he's going to end up behind Delaney. That's my prediction. stationary.
Reed, meanwhile, 26 odd seconds, 25, 24, 25 seconds between Reed and Cotter. So he's going to want to pull the stops out now. His only hope is track position.
Craig, got that perfect. What do you know? He's going to be hard pressed to defend from Callison. Callison giving him what for? Around turn 3.
Oh, the outside of turn 4 is never a good place to be, but he has made it stick.
Well, warm tyres, that'll do it. We're going to get a lot of experience with that with Super GT. Of course, no tyre warmers allowed.
Reed now, fastest lap of the race, 54.9, so he is using those tyres to try and get track position. We're just going to have to see if he can get the track position, then hold it as those tyres start to go off.
Well, I'm with you. The prediction is that Cotter will go out on super softs and he'll be doing qualifying laps for sure.
Yeah, he absolutely will. I know that the most recent update for this mod has fixed the disparity between the soft and the super soft. These longer race distances, starting on the super soft it is a gamble.
Well, AK Racing. This is actually AK Racing's version of the tyres. I believe it has fixed up. It's further fixed that problem with the tyres. So that's why we're seeing so much split with the tyre strategy now, and it's good to see.
Absolutely. The previous iteration of this mod, the soft tyres were basically useless. They were about 3 or 4 seconds a lap slower than the super softs, and yeah, no good. And the super softs didn't wear out as quickly as you would want them to either. So
Callison is doing pretty well at the moment. Debutant, 10th place. He's trying to chase down Delaney. Delaney on the super soft side, so I expect Callison will be sitting a little bit prettier at the end of the race. But,
he does have to fend off a super soft shod Craig at the moment, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Tyler Craig up the inside. He's going to make this. Well, Callison makes it as hard as he can for Craig. He's not going to let it go easy. He's going to chase Craig all the way to the pit wall, and I think he's going to have to hand it over and just hope that in about 12 laps time he can use the long life of the soft tyre. He's still having a go, isn't he? Oh,
this is going to end in tears. Oh.
No way!
Wow,
that was tight.
Really thought that was going to end badly.
Hello to John. Welcome to the chat. You're a little bit late. That's actually no, you're not late. No one's ever late when they join this stream. You're always on time.
So we've got those top 3 guys now. Cotter, Albertsma and Ferguson yet to pit. McFarlane and Richards both in the pits now.
We'll wait and see what those guys come out actually. So hello.
Richards is going to slot in just behind Betts there, I think. Yeah, just in front of Hill.
Oh, McFarlane's had a huge win with the pit stop. He has actually remained in the top 10.
Yeah, that is a good turnaround for the Humminator.
And he's on super softs too. And I think he is in the optimum window for those super softs now.
I think so, yeah. So 10 laps. Ferguson and Albertsma have both raised the white flag now. They're into the pits. Cotter, meanwhile, still trucking along. Now, it's going to be tight on the rejoin for Cotter and Reed now.
It's going to be very, very tight. He's got to be... he's got to get into pit lane perfectly. We'll see what he does. He's into pit lane now. Oh, he doesn't speed. That's good. That's a good start.
A good start.
tips it in. Right on the marks. Right, let's get a good bird's eye view. There's Peter Reid just coming onto the main straight. I don't think he's done enough.
Not quite enough, so he will have the benefit of warm tyres for about a lap, but those fresh, and called it, fresh super softs for Cotter.
Well, Cotter really had to chase the 262, I think that is. No, 261 of Grant. All the way to the curb. He did not want to be stuck behind him at all. Matt Cotter now holds on to the race lead, and I would expect he will have the win. But anything can happen, as we have seen in the past.
I think I think you're right. Those fresh super softs are certainly going to be a massive advantage for him. I think what we're going to be watching here is, can Peter Reid stay on the podium? Because Marsden and Cicluna on those soft tyres, they may be starting to come at him. And if Reid's shot his tyres, which I wouldn't hesitate to say that he has, trying to chase down Cotter, it could be a fight for the podium in the dying laps.
I think you're right. We've got a fight right here. Ferguson in the 31 Terratech Nissan. He's got a huge problem in a Kmart Racing Kangaroo Valley Mustang in McFarlane, as he puts the Hummer Nation on Fergo. Gets that moved nicely. Oh, that was a little nudge. No, Fergo, he gave a little Morse code tap on the rear bar for McFarlane there. I don't think Fergo is going to threaten McFarlane now. Oh, big slide there for Fergo. He catches it though.
Very easy to do coming off turn 6.
And now McFarlane, he's chasing down James Delaney.
And again, McFarlane on relatively fresh super softs.
Well, this is the Craig Lowndes strategy.
It is very much so. And don't count Craig out of this either. So he's got relatively fresh super softs on as well, I think, from memory.
Yes, he does. He will definitely be a threat to Andrew Ferguson in the 31, currently in 8th. Also got a little battle between Reeves and Hughes down there for 18th. Check in on those guys in a few seconds. But we've also got another one between Hill and Marshall for 12th. Also, Bertsma all over the back of Cycluna. Super Softs, here we go.
Yeah, that was one that sort of slipped by, and I realised that as we were talking about Craig, Albertsma, Delaney, McFarlane, they are all on fresh tyres.
There we go, Albertsma. That car is just on rails in comparison to the Cicluna Mustang.
Cicluna's car definitely has not been looking after its tyres well at all.
Oh, no, that's not looking good. I think that's a redress there. I'm not going to say anything. We didn't see what happened, but it was a bit suggestive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I missed that. I was reading through the chat.
Fergo and McFarlane, I think they may have come together in turn 1. So...
And that simply releases Craig now to chase down Delaney.
Yeah.
And I'd say that was a redress, yeah.
And that brings Callison and Richards into this battle. So, Freight Train Racing, gotta love it. Let's jump on board with Matty Richards. He's got the best view of this battle. Callison on the soft
he'd
tyres.
prefer to be looking at that battle in the rearview mirror, though.
Oh, absolutely. getting to the business end of this race. Matt Cotter is still your leader. Here comes Richo up the inside. Oh, that was a really good dive bomb. He did that quite well.
He just, yeah, he did that quite well. He held what's his name, Callison, up on the exit there a little bit to make sure that the crossback wasn't on, and yeah, did quite well.
And Fergo gets the move done cleanly on McFarland, and that just allows Richo and Callison to close in on the back of them.
That's interesting because McFarland had fresh tyres not long ago, and he seems to have fallen off a cliff now.
Oh, meanwhile, someone who hasn't fallen off a cliff is Matt Cotter. 54.5, fastest lap of the race. He's just going to town.
Down into the qualifying times now, so he's doing quite well.
We've got 2 races tonight, John. Next race will be another 52 laps, but it's progressive grid. So things finish as they are. Matt Cotter, Peter Reid, Marsden and Albertson will be the front 2 rows.
Do you reckon there'll be a switch up of tyre strategy for a few of these guys?
I think so. I think so.
I don't know that Albertson is going to be able to catch Marsden. Marsden, though, is taking some time out of Reid. I don't think that that's going to eventuate, though, either, with only 4 laps or 3.5 laps to go.
There's lap traffic in front of Peter Reid at the moment, and that's Marsden right there. But I think, oh, reverse 10. No, not reverse 10. It's progressive grid. But yeah, Marsden, don't think he's really going to, I think he's going to really threaten Reid. It's one thing to catch, another thing to pass. Jay Park. Okay, well we're gonna focus on Park from Taylor Simmons. So Park, he's sitting there in 20th. He's only a lap down from the field, so he's done pretty well actually.
Yeah, look, 52 laps. It is a long way around this track. Even though the lap is short, it's still just shy of an hour's worth of racing. So to still be in touch, even within a lap, he's doing quite well.
And also, still relatively new to the league and relatively new to these cars. It takes a lot to learn these cars. They are very, very difficult.
Yeah, they certainly are. The big, fat touring cars with skinny tyres and relatively low aero. They're quite a handful.
And that's before we get into the dark art of actually setting them up.
Yeah, tell me about it. Put the wing flat and just hope like hell you can find the mechanical grip. That's how you make these cars work.
Can we get confirmation in chat that that is exactly how you make these cars work? So that doesn't sound right to me.
Now, Park's doing a great job, really.
Wasn't listening up. Well, I don't think Chris is going to say all that again. So yeah, again, Park's still learning. We've all been where Park is. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, who needs aero? There we go. Oh no! That's in front of our leader! And I don't know how Matt Cotter has avoided that. That is a Code Brown. Code Brown for our race leader as he's about to start his final lap.
I'm not entirely sure it was. He is 10 laps, 10 seconds as Marsden passed Peter Reid.
Oh, Peter
Reid has had a big moment. I was watching that. The gap was coming down by about 9/10 of a second a lap.
He's not going to finish on the podium.
No, he's just dropped down behind Albertson. I'd say his tyres are utterly used. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say very second-hand. You probably pick him up on Facebook Marketplace. But
what, $5?
Yeah, yeah, as new, only used once. It's Yeah, so he will now be battling to try and find a way back past Albertsma, and I don't think he's going to be able to.
No, he's not going to be able to do it. Albertsma is on much fresher super softs. But, well, this guy's done well again. It's Matt Cotter, and he's already celebrating. Tips it through
Ferguson
the final corner.
and Craig have also just swapped positions.
Matt Cotter, the winner once more. Coming home in second will be Steve Marsden. I reckon Steve Marsden.
And contact between Craig and McFarlane.
Oh, no,
And
no.
Craig is tumbling down the... We've had a massive pile-up going into the last lap of the race. That is definitely something we'll have to look at in the break.
Yeah, if I can get time. I think we should have time, though. Susanna is now on track for a top 10. What I say? Watch my dark horse all the time.
Past Hill.
Definitely have to have
Luna already in the pits. He's given up on those tyres.
Well, he's finished the race, so it's all good. But, well,
no, not quite. In fact, he may be vulnerable to the Humminator across the line. Not quite.
Whoa! Okay, we got people yeeting itself. Got to be careful when you're doing that. Stewards take a dim view of ramming after the flag. Okay, well, that's that. Our race winner, Matt Cotter, Steve Marsden. We'll head back to our wrap-up screen here. So that looks perfect. Right, so Matt Cotter takes the win, 12 seconds clear of Steve Marsden. Albertsma finishes third. Peter Reid, gutsy strategy of two super soft stints. Hasn't worked out for him. Jonas included in the top 5. Then we have Ferguson, Delaney, Callison. Callison up to 8th. Great effort from Callison and Debutante to 9th. Matty Richards 9th. Josh Hill rounds out the top 10. Then we have Susanna, McFarlane, Craig, Marshall, Eaton rounding out the top 15. Betts, Grant, Reeves, Hughes and Parks. Park rounding out the final runners, and then Rule a DNF, unfortunately. And Marsden is...
DNF. Yeah, I'll have to look into how that happened. Marsden really enjoying his second place.
I'd be happy with that. He's
yeah, so would I.
He's definitely earned that. All right, well, while we have time, I hope we have time. I'm assuming we have time. Let's have a quick look at the replay and try and find out what happened. By the sounds of things, Tyler has been humminated. I mean, we're not going to be able to judge on that. We're not stewards. There we go. Have a screen share.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, well, there we go. Thank you, Long Power, for sending that to me. I'll have to look at that a little bit later while we wait for this to load up and then we run through what actually happened. I've got no idea what happened. But it resulted in a massive pile-up, shook up the order. And if you are loving what you're seeing, you want to get involved, AK Racing Discord. Get in it, son. Get in there. Right, we are looking for... there we are. Alright, let's see what actually happened here. Oh, okay. So... okay, yep, there we go. So, something's happened with Ferguson. And then James has tried to move, and... oh, yes, I think James might...
Yeah, a little bit overcommitted, I think. I can certainly see what he was trying to do, but like I say quite often, sometimes you need to be a little bit undercommitted rather than overcommitted.
Okay, have we got a new race server up? I don't know. Yeah, please keep discussions about incidents out of our chat. Want to keep things nice. the stewards handle it. Yeah, no, we don't pass any judgment. It's we just bring the action. We're not stewards. And also shout out to all the stewards that are in the server doing their job. All right, let's get. I forgot to do another prediction, so we'll do a different one. Hang on. Do another clean turn 1, but I'll give you 2 minutes since we've only got 4 minutes left till the start of the race. Yeah, we're going to have a clean turn 1. Let's run through the grid and help you make up your mind. So Matt Cotter and Steve Marsden will start off the front row. Then we have Al Bursma and Peter Reid. Dennis Cicluna and Andrew Ferguson off of row 3. Row 4, Delaney and Callison. Row 5 will be Matty Richards and Josh Hill. Row 6, Susanna and McFarlane. Then we have Craig, Marshall, Eaton, Betts, Grant, Reeves, Hughes. Then we have Park and Rule rounding out the field.
Hopefully Rule's in. Is he back in?
He is back in.
Oh, excellent. He was having a good run, actually, in that previous race before whatever sent him into DNF land.
Yeah, he just went into pit lane and just seemed to give up on life. Necessity. I've got the right setup on now. I'm assuming that is Rule right there. Oh, hello. We've got some people who.
Well,
that happened. I think.
That's Reeves.
Reeves. Okay. Okay. It's a better looking grid. Server reboot, yep. It was looking good because our car was the only one left. Ah, okay, Daddy Angus. So I was racing and got banished to disconnect land. That is less than ideal. Was it suboptimal?
Could have won the race. Yeah, look, we could have. Safety car.
We're going to do that next time. Now, if I can rejoin the server, that'd be great. There we go. Oh, back. There we go. Share that screen. I'll happily. No. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. That's a bad sound. Okay, that's an even better sound. The sound of silence.
Just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I was making sure it didn't crash again. That's impossible. Impossible to keep this guy clean. If you want to volunteer to be part of our commentary team, join our Discord so I can kick this guy out of the commentary box. God. Possible, please.
Just so everyone knows, he begged me. Begged.
I asked if you were available.
I have the screenshots.
I have the chat right here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. See? God. Don't mess with me, Chris. Don't mess with me. Okay.
All right.
Huh?
Ah, there we go. I can see stuff now.
Oh. That's right, I got to press F7. All right, well, we got a bit of a late afternoon race for us for this last one.
Less F7 and more F for Matt's professionalism.
You can press Alt F4 if you like. I'm gonna go exploring. That is. Well, that's a really bad screen. Look at it. It's just frozen. It's not good. There's got to be more Easter eggs around. Oh, we got to jump here and take this jump. All right, here we go. Send it. Nice.
So you can drive the camera just fine when you're messing around, but when you're trying to actually do stuff, you're in the ground, you're in the middle of the balloon, you're all over the shop.
Yep, more or less. Oh yeah, look at that. Anti-grav tire racks. That's awesome.
Oh yes, the balloon has been investigated.
We haven't. Yeah, we're not going to look at that again. No.
I've watched the link, and I'm more confused now than I was before.
Well, now I'm just going to watch it. Just makes me want to watch it even more. All right, live reaction. Live reaction.
Is your face still on the screen? Oh my god,
it is. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, you need to put a bet up for the turn 1, mate.
I did that.
Have you? I can't see it.
You were too slow. Oh no.
Will it be a clean turn 1? That is the real question. Whether there's money on it or not, will it be a clean turn 1? As the revs begin to rise.
Raising the revs a little bit early. It was about 15 seconds.
Obviously, no one's worried about fuel.
Oh no, God no. Short stint. Anyway, let's take it away. 6 lights on. 6 lights out. We're away racing. That was a long hold for all the cars, but it looks like that is going to be a hole shot for the Nissan. As Marsden just tips it in. Are we going to have a clean turn 1? Everyone just sort of doing a speedway rolling start. Just, oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Formation driving. We were so close.
And there we go.
That is Anthony Cesana on the exit of turn 1. He has been binned. Cesana takes away everyone's points, ladies and gentlemen. Because it was only everyone betting on, yes, it was a clean turn 1. So I'll take those points. They're mine. You're not going to stop me.
Now, tyres. Let's talk tyres quickly. Because Marsden is the only person in the top 8 to be on the Super Softs.
And he's got a battle on his hands with Cotter up the inside. So Cotter just looking to make some early ground. Peter Reid is trying to make the move on our Bertsma.
A couple of people still.
We got a big dive here from Marshall up the inside of Hill. Oh, he gets forced up onto the curb. Hangs on to it though. Yeah, it looks like the majority of the field going for the soft tyres first up.
A couple of guys definitely banking on the super soft. Cotter though. The pace that he's getting out of those soft tyres is really impressive.
Oh! I'll tell you what, they did quite well to get out of that without spinning.
They did. It was very Van Gisbergen-esque, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, he didn't make the move stick, so it wasn't Van Gisbergen-esque. And no one's got spun out, so yeah. Oh, we got a car round. That's Hughes. Last and a half racing, not quite working out just yet.
Zana already back up to 19th, so good work for him.
We'll have to keep an eye on him. We'll have the Cesana watch on him. that was a bit of door handle banging there. Classic touring car action. Callison on Ferguson. Oh, he's going to have to go the long way around. He's going to try and make it work. Oh, that was very close.
Yeah, the outside of the bowl is not a place you want to be.
Oh, he almost ended up playing with some sandcastles there. Could have been worse though. He could have found those tractor top. Oh, hill up the inside. That was a huge send. He's trying to.
Callison, I think he got hit by every car on the way through there.
Not yet. McFarlane hasn't humminated him yet, so there's still time for it to get worse. In fact, Callison still trying to make the outside work. Yeah, Reeves. Ooh, Reeves is making some good progress. He's up to 16th. Everyone's still pretty close together, except for the top four. Really, they've sort of spread out a bit.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Cotter's speed on the soft tyre. It doesn't bode well for everybody when he puts the super softs on.
No. Well, when Matt Cotter's on it, he is on it. So yeah, 55-1, fastest lap of the race, Matt Cotter. Torpedo has been sent. He's already got a 1.1 second gap over Steve Marsden. Track temperature, I didn't quite get the temperature readings from the last race, but I'd say that temperature is a little bit warmer.
I think it might be, yeah. 37 degrees track temp.
Which puzzles me because the super soft tyres should handle the warmer conditions better. Or is that the other way?
Well,
I think it's the other way.
Well, in terms of the Assetto Corsa tyre model, or in terms of real life?
Well, real life. I think the harder compounds handle hotter conditions better, and the soft compounds. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. It's been a while.
It kind of depends, because the real life super soft that they're using now, I think it's the purple sidewall tyre, they actually hold in better than what the softs do. And I think it's because they actually lose rubber more than what the softs do. So you get a lot of heat discharge by having the balls of rubber come off the tyre and become marbles, where the hard and soft tyres don't seem to wear as much. So I don't think that the tyre model in Assetto Corsa is quite that sophisticated, but maybe, I don't know. Having said that, Marsden he's got the gap down to underneath the second now.
It's just taken a while. He's just had to wait for those the fuel load to just dip down a little bit.
Yeah, the last time I drove this mod, the cars were very sensitive on a full tank of fuel, and once you get down sort of a lap or two, it seems to really change the behaviour of the car. So you might be right that he just needed to burn those couple of laps of fuel off and just normalise the behaviour of the car. It might have also been lower starting pressures, maybe a little bit longer for the tyres to come up to pressure. Or Cotter might have gone too high on the starting pressures, and now his tyres are starting to go off. So, hotter track conditions and all that jazz.
Marsden's just got to be patient now. Just let Cotter make those little mistakes. We've seen that Cotter does make mistakes.
Marsden has just done a 55.18, which pretty well matches Cotter's fastest lap from earlier this race.
That's the camera I'm looking for.
At 0.4 of a second is the gap.
Bit of a slide there, got a little bit too excited on the throttle.
And so easy to do when you're following someone, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Very easy. You're tucked up behind someone's wing, a bit like Delaney is. We to go on board with him just at the right moment. Lose all your braking
track
markers.
texture. Great track texture.
Yeah, fantastic track texture.
Now he should get it done down here at turn 1. It's a longer corner. Oh!
Little tap, little touch. They're 3 wide. They're Josh Hill. That was some of the most.
Oh! Richards there. Big moment.
Bigger moment for Callison. We have got chaos.
And
Richards is off.
Richards off at turn 4.
He's off doing some lawn mowing. He's going to rejoin down in 16th. And that's an awkward place to rejoin too.
He's done a good job of the rejoin, actually. Along with, sending it from 4 postcodes back into gaps that don't exist. Sim racers are terrible at safe re-entry. And that was a really good example of a good safe re-entry where he got out of the way, let everybody else keep racing, and then collected himself. So, really well done.
But, some opportunistic driving for Josh Hill. He's one of those drivers.
Well, the gap opened for him, though, didn't it? It was like the Red Sea parting for him. All the shenanigans that were going on in front of him. And then Matt Richards, I don't entirely know what happened there, but he came out of turn 1 really crossed up and gave Delaney a good belt in the passenger door. And then he got caught up with, was it Callison, going into turn 4. So a lot to unpack there. Glad I'm not a steward.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're doing this job. This chair is way more comfy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes Marshall up the inside, so 2 drivers on super softs, and Marshall is going to make that rather easy. Well, Hill did not really fight that at all.
No.
Good racecraft, I think, for Hill.
Yeah, look, particularly in longer races, it is important to know who you're racing against.
Oh, Callison.
Now, was there contact there? I wonder.
No, I think he just ran in a bit deep. Now he's got Tyler Craig definitely out of position. Now, of course, he got involved in that little incident with McFarland.
I still love the Mobile 1 BP Commodore.
Oh, well, it throws me off all the time because it's in the BP colours, but then down the side is Mobile 1.
And Spotify on the top of the roof there as well. It reminds me of when WAU was running Mobile 1 and Mega Fueled. It was a very confusing time. Great livery though. That's a really nice, simple livery.
Yeah, what is that? SHH shift? I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. And Yuasa batteries on the back.
Yep. Yeah, Dad would be very happy with that. Yuasa batteries. Loves it. Macca's on the door sill as well. Won't be happy with that.
NAB on the side there.
Yeah. He's got a lot of sponsors.
Your chair sounds way comfier than mine.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, a little plug for Secret Lab chairs there. Absolutely. Secret Lab chairs are very comfortable.
I did not get a single word of that.
But I have a feeling that Longcal Gaming is referring to being a steward, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, shout out to all the stewards. Volunteers, they don't get paid. They're doing it for the love of it. It's hard. It's hard being a steward. It's hard being a commentator. Like, you're sitting there going, I want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I did stewarding and go-karting years and years ago, and I'll tell you what.
No, that's go-karting. We don't talk about go-karting.
Go-karting, my God, worse than Formula 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone's a Formula 1 driver in go-karting, let's be honest. And every race is a world championship, apparently. But anyway, whatever.
Absolutely.
If you're having fun in go-karting, keep doing it. That's... Yeah.
We talk about go-racing. Yeah, absolutely. Now, this battle's becoming more and more interesting. Cotter's managing to hold Marsden off. We're starting to get towards that point that Munro was telling us the super soft tyres start to go away. And the one thing that I've noticed in the couple of shots that we've had is Marsden is really pushing. He's on the edge, and he's missing a couple of apexes here and there, going in very deep, trying to get on the throttle nice and early, which is what you need to do to make a pass. But Cotter's just controlling the race so well. I think that was desync there, but
Yeah, we got a little bit of rubber banding going on, but that's okay.
if Marsden can just contain himself, particularly on the entry to the corner.
Oh!
Now, was that contact, or
No.
was that?
I did see Cotter just jerked it to the outside. He saw him coming. So Cotter
I'm just wondering if maybe it was a little bit of the desync that we saw before. But in any case, Marsden finally through.
big move. I think Cotter just got a little bit spooked there. But that's racecraft again. It's only, what, lap 15 and 52. Cotter knows that he can fight back on Marsden. I would say Cotter's going to go with the same strategy that worked for him in race number 1. We're also getting to that period where the super softs are going to go off. So that'll be in the back of Cotter's mind. Cotter he's not a dumb driver. He can think, you know, 4, 5, 10 laps ahead. So
he does have his headlights on now.
He always has his headlights on. Oh, there we go. Marsden in the pit
Now,
lane.
this was what I was about to ask you. What do you do if you're Marsden? And I think this is a good choice. Get in, get off those super softs now, and get onto the fresh soft tyre.
Let's have a look at some gaps. So Marsden, he's going to come out in traffic though.
He is going to come out in traffic, which might hurt him. But I think he's got the pace to deal with the traffic to start with. Secondly, he doesn't want to get to the point where those super softs drop off the cliff. And he has gone onto the soft tyre. I think, I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to beat Cotter, but I think that's the best strategy he had available to him. And it might explain why he was so desperate to get that move done where we just saw it.
Speaking of moves, getting done. Oh, bit of a nudge, bit of a tap. Oh, sparks flying everywhere. This might give Reid a chance up the inside into turn 1. And he will just plonk it up the inside of our Bertsma. And that is not quite done. And he'll just squeeze our Bertsma a little bit. And our Bertsma has no choice but to just fold in behind the reigning champion, actually.
I don't know that Peter Reid's car is overly strong on the soft tyre.
No, I don't think it is either.
I think he's much stronger on the super soft than he is on the soft.
So
as Cluner runs a little bit wide at the bowl, this will open the door up for Reid now. This is an easy gimme for him.
Well, it's not over yet. It's not over until it's done. This is really going to help Ferguson as well. It's just lurking back there.
Cluner does a great job of outbraking Reid there.
That's a tough braking zone too. Reid's going to be vulnerable here to Albertsma. Albertsma's going to just pay him back for the previous lap. Reid just gives him a little bit of room. He's going to hang on to the position actually. So
He is, yeah.
Yep.
So Bertsma got a little bit crossed up in the middle of the corner there on the throttle. But I think Albertsman's got pace on Reid.
I have to agree with you. I don't think Peter Reid's Mustang is real happy on the soft tyres. So he's going to play a similar strategy to Cotter, I think. You can't beat him, join him.
Absolutely. And at this point, if you were Peter Reid, I would just be mirroring Cotter. I'd be keeping an eye on that live tracker, and the moment that you see Cotter come into the pits, you come in and you follow him. Because I don't think he's going to have the pace to fight Cotter. This is his battle here. So he needs to maintain position and then get himself onto those super soft tyres, where I think his car is much stronger on the super soft than it is on the soft. So,
well, I'm not sure that Reid will actually have track position on Cotter to be a threat to Cotter in the first place.
Absolutely not. No. So he's a good 4.5 seconds behind at the moment. Unless something catastrophic happens to Cotter, he's pretty safe. Now, Marsden is the other one that we need to keep an eye on. He's pitted, he's onto the softs, and he's already back up to 13th position. And not looking too bad either in terms of the gap.
Big slide for Reeves and a big slide for Hughes. We're just watching this battle for 16th. Coming up onto the back of Park just to put him a lap down. Reeves tried to go the long way around. He's going to get boxed in, and that is just lap traffic.
Yeah, sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't.
We have people in pit lane, Hill and McFarland. So we'll see who...
Now, I think they were both on super softs as well, from memory.
They're going to come out simultaneously too, so Hill will lead them off the pit road. They're going to come out just in front of this battle between Hughes and Reeves, as I think that is Reeves off the track. It is. Heard someone going through some gravel. Unfortunately, it was Reeves, and he drops behind that triggering livery of Betts. There's a bit of a triggering livery. It's not tidy.
It is. It is a little bit untidy.
That's
Mobile
okay.
1 and BP.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, that's the beauty of fantasy liveries, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine getting sponsored by 2 oil companies. Holy hell. You'd be just like rich.
Allison, after the dramas that he's endured, he's now enjoying a little bit of quiet time. He's got a comfortable buffer over Craig. He'll just be happy to have a couple of clean laps, I think.
Let's check in on this battle for second. It's still 4 cars deep. Who's that at the end there? So Ferguson, he's closed in on these guys. He's now a part of this battle. As we see Reeves come out of pit lane.
Reeves may have just run out of tyres then too.
Quite possibly. I think he was on the super softs too.
Yeah.
So only 1 car on the super softs, and that's this man here, Rule, in the Monster Falcon. You know something? You know what I've just noticed? The ZB Commodore and the FGX Falcon look very, very similar.
Eerily similar, don't they?
Yeah. I don't like it. Anyway, Rule is doing a pretty good job out there in 11th. I think he was way off the back at the start of this race. He's just picked his way forward. Utilised those super softs to his advantage. He's just got Johnny Eaton on the back of him. And just biding his time, I'd say, just waiting to just make the move stick in the cleanest possible way.
And he may have a run here. No, not quite. If he can position the car well. Position the car well off turn 4. Get a nice good run through turn 5. No, didn't quite get through turn 5.
Just using the mid-corner grip of the super soft. They're still hanging in there by the looks of things for Rule. As I say that, he almost goes off into the Simpson Desert.
Eaton certainly, in fact,
that's smart driving. I think that's smart driving.
Gives up the ghost on that one.
Very smart driving from Rule. Good racecraft, I think. No point battling away when you're struggling. Just cost yourself and the other guy time. Yep. Oh no. Lost my cameras. Is that the camera? Yeah, that's the camera. Here we go. So, Reed. No, that's still not the right camera. That's the right camera. There we go. We got it. Oh, God. Professional.
So Reed now definitely applying the blowtorch to Luna. Albertsma's just in behind. Whether or not he's got the pace to run with them or whether he's just giving them a wide berth, that's the real question, isn't it? He's within that second, so if something goes wrong, he's ready to capitalise, but maybe just trying to stay out of it for now.
Oh, that's Park off to the right there. Park, again, another character building night, but you know, hopefully he's having fun.
Now here we go, Reed down the inside on the exit of the bowl. That should be job done.
Oh no, it's Luna, last of the late breakers. He likes the brakes on that Mustang.
So Kluna's very, very strong under brakes into the last corner.
Just on half race distance now, your leader is still Matt Cotter. Even though these guys are battling, they've actually not lost much time to Matt Cotter.
No, they've actually caught a little bit on that lap. So they pulled in about 0.6 of a second on that lap alone. Ferguson there as well with the watching brief. He's sort of similar to Albertsma. He's gotten to within that second and kind of just stalled there. So whether he's seen the best end of his tyre set as well. So his last lap, 55.4 versus his best lap, 55.4, and this lap looking like a 55.4. So consistency certainly on his side.
Yeah, not bad at all, 55.5. No, he is definitely in his rhythm.
And it can be hard when there's cars battling in front of you to be in a good rhythm, can't it?
Oh yeah, it's so hard to fight the urge to just carry the brakes just that 1 metre later, pick up the throttle that metre earlier. You know, cut that corner by a millimetre. It's so hard to resist that urge.
Just you said that Albertsma had a big moment through turn 4.
That really started at that little left-hander after turn 1, where he grabbed that curve, and that compromised him for the next 2 or 3 corners.
These guys are starting to tighten up now. I think Luna's. I mean, interestingly, Luna is still running quite well in the 55.4s as well.
They're actually lapping a little bit faster than Matt Cotter. Matt Cotter, he's just disappeared over the top of the hill there. And Ferguson, he's just trying to cut that curve a little bit too much. Hasn't hurt him at all, though.
No. So this is turning into quite a fascinating battle here, not just between second to fifth, but also with Matt Cotter, because as you said, that they are catching him. Now Cotter can't afford to get his foot off the throttle because Marsden actually came out of the pits in a pretty good position. He's come out with more or less clean air around him. He had a little bit of lap traffic the first couple of laps, but the last probably 6 or 7 laps, he's been in his own air. So Cotter,
check some gaps and we'll see where Marsden is. So he's 24.5 seconds behind our race leader Matt Cotter. He really needs that gap to come down a little bit more.
Yeah, he does. We know, I think the worst pit stop that we saw last race was a 24-second pit stop, so he's right on the bubble there at the moment. And similar to Reed in the last race, he needs track position.
You know what I think, honestly, right now, Matt Cotter is in tyre management mode. He was doing 55.7s, and when Cicluna started doing 55.4s, he has responded immediately with a 55.2, and then does the fastest lap of the race this lap. So Cotter's just been,
could be right.
Yeah, he's managing those tyres. He wants these tyres to get to at least lap 42 before he'll swap onto super softs and go ballistic again.
Yeah. Yeah, look, he could be right. He has pumped the gap out to Marsden again on this lap by just a little bit as well. So I think he's well in control of this race. I was very hopeful. Marsden now caught up in lap traffic, so and that hurt him. He did a 56.1 on that last lap, so a full second off what Cotter managed to do. And probably the most demoralising thing is that.
Oh, who was that? I think that was Park. Yeah. Whoa, he's gone way, way, way deep. Hopefully he refollows that and rejoins where he left the circuit. Just saw that in the background. That is...
Now, here's an interesting question. Will this be a safety car?
I don't think so. He's well and truly out of the way. I think he has blown up that engine.
Looks like it. Yep, that is going.
He's got it going. Okay, so maybe he had a little bit of a whoopsie moment IRL and had to resort something with his steering wheel. Oh no, he's decided to jump back to pit lane. Focus on Callison. Shall do, Taylor. Callison sitting there in 8th place.
Does Park have a cat?
Yeah, you know all about that, don't you?
Yes.
Let's focus on our man Callison here at the request of Taylor. He's trying to chase down Taylor Craig and also hold off Grant. Whoa, Grant very wide and Taylor Craig into pit lane, so that was perfect timing. They've also got Steve Marsden coming up onto the back of them. Now, Callison, he's just been plodding along quite nicely, sort of under the radar this time, apart from those first 10 laps when he was just absolutely...
He was just in the middle of everything that was going on, wasn't he?
I think the only car that hasn't hit him has been the safety car.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely popped it. So early on in the race.
If our Taylor's in chat, can you just go out and just give Callison a little tap? We just want him to be perfect tonight.
Now, how's Marsden going to go here? So he's right in behind them now. I've been watching his lap times. He's dropping back into the mid-55s now. And I'd say that he's now seeing the best edge of his tyre as well. 55.4, that's not too bad.
Now he's into traffic. He would have been hoping that people would have been going into pit lane by now.
Absolutely. And he would have been... If he was strategizing, then that's exactly what he would have been thinking. Is that surely by the time we get to lap 33, people would have started to feed back through the pits, but it just hasn't happened that way.
Grant's just giving him room. That Nissan has got good drive out of the bowl, I tell you what.
I don't know what's going on there. There's a lot of rubber banding going on.
Yeah, a little bit of ping there. Here we go again. Marsden up the inside of Big Send. He has stamped that, but he hasn't quite posted it yet.
And all of this just eats into his 56.2 on that lap.
He's getting desperate
have
now.
Another crack at it.
He's getting frustrated now.
Well, the problem that he now faces is he going to drop in amongst the Cicluna Reed Albertsma battle? And I mean, those guys would have to be going on to super softs, wouldn't they?
I would say so, yes. This is not working out for Steve Marsden. He's taken a punt and it hasn't really worked out for him.
Yeah, he definitely needed to hold Cotter behind him in those early laps, I think.
It's kind of hard to hold Cotter up. Oh, we have someone off the track. Who was that? Was that McFarland? It wasn't. Someone's off the track. It's not Rule. Might have been, I don't know who it was. It wasn't Tyler Craig either, so it might have been Grant. He's lost a little bit of time. I would say it was Grant.
Penrite cars always look good, don't they?
Erebus cars always look good, let's be honest. Even this year with, well, actually they've got boost signage now, don't
They do, yeah.
they? They look awesome there.
Peter Addison Army.
Yeah. Is anyone actually with Boost Mobile? Are they alright?
I had Boost Mobile on my iPad for a while. They were alright, yeah.
They're alright. So, yeah, it's not quite rich energy. Who can we focus on? Well, we can still focus on this battle for second. The gap has stabilised between Cicluna and Cotter. But, I think it's just a matter of time before Reed finally pries the door open.
This has been a masterful display of good defensive driving from Cicluna. Haven't really seen him defending, as in driving down the inside or blocking. He's just driving the race line very, very well. Just placing the car where he needs to. And he's got faith in the car to be able to hang it around the outside anytime that Reed's even gotten a sniff. So, really, really good display of defensive driving.
Yes, indeed. He's been doing a lot of racing lately. Mr. Cicluna seems to be always on the sim rig, and that helps you get better. Really, he's running all sorts of things. He's doing a bit of Shane Van Gisbergening.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to do if you want to be good. Race everything. Oh, that. Oh my God! I just saw those eyes. That looks like a wheel disconnect.
An engine.
No, that's a wheel disconnect.
Or engine. I don't see a rev counter on that. Oh, there we go. He's got it refired now.
Yep. So his steering wheel has just turned off on him. That's what I think. That has released Peter Reed. I'm sure we'll get confirmation from Scuzz in a second.
The Matt Nipper's commentator's curse continues.
No, mate, it's perfect record.
I do feel sorry for Cicluna there.
Hey, actually, you know what? I take issue with that because it was you who was talking him up.
No, I don't recall.
Someone, can we just go back a few seconds?
No.
Maybe just hit the clip that button.
You know what? It's best if we just move on.
Another wheel failure. There we go. Thought so.
Yeah.
Huge shame for Daniel Cicluna. You'll get him next time, mate.
What kind of wheel are you running there, Scooney?
It's a Fanatec.
Is it?
It is.
Wow. You had problems with your Fanatec the other night when we were running, actually, didn't you?
Yeah. For some reason, the power connector is a bit loose, and every now and then it just switches off.
I've never had problems with mine. Mine's been great. Other than when I busted the return spring on the shifter.
Universal hub. Okay.
I've got one of them as well. I haven't had a problem with it either. Weird.
Is the steering wheel just turning off on your Scuzz? Because you might want to check your power sources. That's the problem with mine. But just the power source keeps on just conking out on me. Might be my cable management plan. Something excellent.
Going into console mode. Yeah, right.
Okay. Right.
Sounds like it could be a short in the Uni hub. I'm still tempted to get that Porsche hub, Porsche wheel.
I'm tempted to get the CSL DD.
Yeah, actually, I've been looking at that.
We've actually lost both the Kangaroo Valley Mustangs. McFarlane has also DNF'd along with Scuzz. So that's not a great night for the Kangaroo Valley boys.
Oh, there's that Eaton off the track as well. So people starting to succumb to a little bit of fatigue, I think.
We're getting close to 8:45, I think, but we're also getting to the tail end of this race, lap 41. And now the big four are in the pit lane. So Peter Reid,
all four of them at once.
Delaney's in
Reid's
there as well.
sideways. Look at that. He's cranked it sideways in his pit bay.
He actually missed his pit bay. I saw him reverse.
Yeah, that's not good.
And our Bertsman will get out in front of him. Delaney looks like he's made the biggest win out of all that. He's gotten a little bit closer to the back of Marsden.
And Cotter still going.
And Marsden is right out in the middle of all this. He's right behind his teammate Ferguson, and they're all on the super soft tyres. So you're right, that battling has absolutely hurt Marsden.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating for Marsden. He's not going to be able to do much with that now.
No.
Not with those guys on super soft. I think he's going to be vulnerable to Delaney and Callison as well. Meanwhile, Cotter, well, he's had perfect control of this race from the beginning. An empty pit lane, no congestion. He's going to pull out of the pits and he's going to be on his own for his warm-up lap. You just can't ask for anything more, can you?
Everything just has worked out perfectly for Matt Cotter as he's giving us a bit of a show here.
Well, he's getting heat into those rear tyres, that's for sure.
He's actually
and he is on the super soft, and now let's see if he can improve that best lap time.
Oh, you know he is. You know he is. As they head down the hill, the gap has actually opened up between Albertsma and Cotter. So,
well, the gap probably between Cotter and Albertsma hasn't opened. Remember that Reid was in front of Albertsma by about a second.
Oh, McFarland has actually rejoined the service. I'd say he had a dreaded disconnect.
Is he going to rejoin the racetrack and get through to get some points?
Quite possibly.
Hope he does. Points are important.
Points are always important. Better to get something than nothing. You never know.
That's right. Well,
Max
when you get to the end of... Yeah, that's right. When you get to the end of the championship and you're a point in front of the guy behind you, you look back on nights like tonight and go, well, thank God I finished the race.
Yeah. It's too easy to rage quit anyway.
It is, yeah.
We got a little... oh, Callison actually fast lap of the race, a 55 flat. So Callison,
not bad.
He's on the move.
So he was one of that bulk group of people who pitted.
I noticed that on his rear bar, Amashiro.
Now Reid and Albertsma are going at it now. They are side by side through the final corner. There's a bit of contact.
Bit of a rubber mark on the side of the Black Duck Commodore now.
Now, yeah, Reid's car definitely looks nicer on those super softs, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's definitely racy. The Nissans have both dropped off the back of these guys too.
I'd say that he did a lot of super soft running in practice. And he's able to use a lot of the curves as well, and the car doesn't get too out of control, which is important.
Up ahead, that's Hughes.
As Albertsma just jumps in to get a little bit of slipstream there, I think. Hughes just pulls over to the side, does the right thing, gets out of the road.
Mistake there from Peter Reid as fast lap of the race. Matt Cotter, 54.7.
Straight into the 54s, not even... That's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Matt Cotter on his way to do the double. Someone who has had a night to forget, or at least a race to forget, is Matt Richards. He's down there in 18th.
Yeah, he was always going to have a bad time when he was facing the wrong way at turn 4. I'm pretty sure the field is all pitted now.
I would say that everyone has pitted. Our timing tower does not update itself for some reason. As Cotter into the 54.6s, casually.
And Reid just going through the drive-through there.
Yep. go back to this battle between our Nissans. It's not really working out for Marsden. Those soft tyres are just not hanging in there. And he's actually going to come under threat from Delaney.
Delaney and Callison as well. Callison's not far off the back of Delaney. Actually, no,
Yeah,
he is.
13
Yeah,
seconds.
never mind,
I was about to ask, what?
Yeah, I thought Delaney, I thought Callison was a lot further up the field than that, but that's all right. He's still having a fairly good run. He's another debutant, isn't he?
Callison, yes.
Trax is requesting a focus on driver. Marshall v. Richards, please.
Richards. Absolutely, we can do that. Well, these guys aren't really battling each other.
Yeah, Richards isn't really in the fight at the moment. He looks like he's a lap down.
Oh, that was tight.
Unless there's a timing error, maybe?
Could be a timing error. I mean, we can quickly check that. Let's see. Richards is on the same lap. Apparently not. Hang on, got to find it now. There we go.
Yeah, timing error. We're getting that confirmed.
Okay, so Richards is not having a bad night. Let's just put it that way. And Marshall's actually closing in on the back of Hill. So this is a four-way battle for ninth. Okay, yep. So yeah, when he got speared off the track at turn 4, yeah, he's gone really, really wide, and yeah.
Missed the timing beacon, yeah. And unfortunately, there's no way to fix that in race.
And Delaney has actually passed Marsden. So
Delaney may be on for Ferguson here as well.
No, because they all pitted at the same time.
Yeah, but Delaney's got speed on board.
Well, that's true. He's again, he's another driver whose car.
2.2.
Yeah, his car looks a lot happier on the super softs, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Well, let's focus back on this because we got a four-way battle. Four-way battles are always fun.
There's a joke there, but I'm just going to leave it.
Well, we're no longer a family-friendly stream. You ruined it. You ruined it earlier. Oh, big lock-up.
Huge lock-up from Marshall.
And then a big slide for Richards, and they're almost touching.
A bit of contact.
No, Grant is in a really good position here. Oh no, this is going to end in tears.
Contact. Again, running him right off the road.
Grant's going to be the big winner out of this. There's a lap car in the way. Oh, what's happened to Richards? Where is Richards? He's gone. Oh, he's in pit lane. What?
I have a feeling that might have been either he's had some sort of failure or that might have been a rage quit.
No, I think he got sent to Narnia. We'll have a look at it after race because, there are always little holes on any mod track where there are just, you just go off into Narnia and you have your own little adventure.
Exactly. Not an adventure that you want to be in, though.
No.
But the battle continues. And they're playing the same game again.
So we're going to have two cars into Narnia, I think.
Bumping doors down that back straight. Good switch back. Oh! I almost spoke too soon then.
That was Coward Brown for me, at least. We're running out of laps, lap 50. It's going to get a little bit more desperate between Marshall and Grant, I think. It's allowed Josh Hill doesn't get away.
Now, the other interesting thing is Ferguson has caught back up to Reed.
Well, Ferguson, Reed and Alberta have been battling a little bit.
I wonder if a little bit of tyre conservation was on the mind of the Nissan driver there when he first came out of the pits and everybody started going ballistic and setting purple sectors, because he's coming back at them.
Not enough time though, because Matt Cotter is just heading up over the hill. down towards the final corner to start his last lap. This has been an impressive night for Matt Cotter. This is honestly some of the best driving I've seen from him in all the races that I've broadcasted for AK Racing.
And still sitting in the 54.9s.
He is on song at the moment, and that should be ringing alarm bells for everyone. Heads up to the speed bowl for the last time. Absolutely picture perfect. That could really just describe the entire night for Matt Cotter.
Yeah, nice West Australian sunset in the background there.
He's not
He
going
lines up.
He's not going to get involved with these lap cars. He doesn't need to. That is win number 2 in race number 2 for Matt Cotter. He takes the double in the West Australia state.
Now the podium is yet to resolve itself.
It has resolved itself. Al
With
Bertsma ahead of
Reed and Ferguson. And
I think Al Bertsma, sorry, is just a little bit relieved. Now this
absolutely.
battle is not over. Hill and Grant. Grant is all over the back of him now.
Both those rear tyres on both those cars are absolutely shot.
Hill's going defensive. This might open up a switchback opportunity for Grant. Grant's just going to send it around the outside. It's not going to work for him.
In fact, he ends up almost in the sand.
He might lose. No, he's going to hang on to it. So Grant hangs on to a top 10.
Well, he certainly won't die wondering.
Yeah, that's right. And Betts also holds up Cesana. Cesana, not to forget Anthony Cesana.
Yeah, it's never good when you're facing the wrong way on lap 1, is it?
No. No. Let's find our winner, Matt Cotter. He's done a victory lap, and I have a feeling that he is going to start giving us some circle work here. Oh, you know he is. You know he is, and I think he deserves it. Just stay off that wall. Stay off the wall.
Very well. He's going to do a Will Davison here. No,
he's kept it. He's kept it off there.
Yeah.
Hello, Troy Fortania. Thank you for the follow. That's
can
not
he
fit
through this fence? I don't think it is.
Oh,
maybe it is. Maybe he's cracked it. Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
Oh! Bye.
Yeah. If I was Callison, I'd do the same thing. I'd just... Yeah.
Okay. There's that Holden Arnia. Well, that is not too bad. Let's wrap this up, I think. We'll find out. Well, there was something we had to find out, wasn't there?
Well, we need to figure out what the hell happened in the first lap.
We also have to find out what happened to Matty Richards as well. So
absolutely.
Matt Cotter, the winner. Perfect night for him tonight. Ahead of Al Bertsma, Reed, Ferguson and Delaney. Not a bad recovery job for Delaney either. That is... He qualified way down in 9th, and he manages to come back for a top 5 finish in race number 2. That's pretty good. Marsden home in 6th. Bold strategy from him. Didn't quite work out for him. Got to throw a meme in there at some point. That's awesome. Callison, great drive from Callison, the debutant tonight. Pair of top 10s. So yeah, and in this field as well, that's tough to do. Then we have Tyler Craig in 8th, Hill 9th, and Grant rounding out the top 10. Great effort from Grant as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be his first top 10 in the Supercar series. Oh, the page we then have Marshall, Betts, and Cesana, Eaton, Hughes, Reeves. A little bit better performance for Reeves, finishing up in 16th. Rule, another good performance from him in 17th. And we have Richards, Cicluna, McFarland, and Park all DNFs tonight. So, bit of a tough night for those guys. So, I suppose we'll jump out and we'll have a look at some replays. In the meantime, early on there was a glitch Yeah. Well, what happened to you at the end there, Matty? Like, why did you end up leaving? Well, waiting for that answer. Make sure you join the Go Race Discord because we have got Super GT coming up as well as a lot of social events on Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa Competizione, and Wreckfest. Which one are you looking forward to most, Chris?
I'm actually looking forward to giving Automobilista 2 a bit of a crack. I have been getting into it lately. The physics is much improved from where it was when it first got released. So looking forward to it. Ruka's just jumped into the chat finally. Thanks for missing everything, mate. Wreckfest, obviously. Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Super GT on Assetto Corsa. That's pretty ambitious from us, I think. Sheesh, brutal. It's very very ambitious what we're doing. We've got the individual championships, and then we've also got team championships. So we have the Pro League, which are 2 GT500s, Pro Am, which is a GT500 and GT3 car, and then we have the Am League, which is just GT3s. The idea, hopefully, that two people get together, maybe an inexperienced driver and an experienced driver, and they help each other get better. Okay, well, let's get a screen share started for you. So yeah, make sure you join our Discord and be a part of it. Shout out to Cameron, Freeze, Yahtzee, Meatbag, Martinez, and Ready Bay J for joining our Discord, actually. And I'll share that screen for you. Here we go. And have a look at this. Have a look at this first corner, because that wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be.
Well, I'm surprised that we got two relatively clean starts through here.
Oh, hang on, this is the wrong replay. This one.
Shall I introduce myself?
Oh, hello. We have Tyler Craig in the commentary box. Tyler, welcome.
Hi.
Bit of a tough night for you.
Yeah, I don't want to go back here at all. I hate this track. I want it to burn in hell. I want it to get nuked. I want Russia to invade it. I want everything to be done to it, apart from anything that's good.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't like the track, if you didn't notice.
We apologise to any West Australians who are watching at the moment.
No, it's not Western Australia. It's just that track.
You know, we normally reserve our nukes for Victoria here.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Bomb Victoria. They can go and burn in hell, but this track, especially, just where the tarmac is, blow it up.
We can talk to Donald Trump. He's pretty good at precision airstrikes and just hit one area over and over and over. That was pretty impressive.
I'm gonna
oh, hang on. I didn't start a screen chat. That's why you guys have no idea what I'm looking at. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, family friendly. We sort of abandoned that a little bit earlier. All right, let's have a look at this turn one. Man, they held it on the rev limiter for so long for this start.
They did, yeah.
Kunos just hates engines, loves rev limiters. Okay, so there is Cesana on the outside. Now, I think he just, oh, there was a little twitch there from McFarlane. Now, I'm going to go back a little bit. I want to just make sure that there wasn't any contact between Marshall and McFarland, or whether it was just a little bit of excitement on the throttle. Definitely excitement on the throttle.
Yeah, I think you'll find that, yeah, that was definitely just picking the throttle up a fraction early on those cold tyres. And unfortunately, Cesana just...
Did he hit the wall? I don't remember if he hit the wall. I think he hit the wall.
Yeah, that's looking like a hit. Oh, that's a fairly substantial hit too. If that was real life, that would have been a fairly long time in pit lane. So.
Yeah, okay, now let's try and find out what happened to Matty Richards. We've got someone on the rev limiter. Oh, that's tight. Richards. We should just find him here. People are doing burnouts, I think. So.
Yeah, I think he's gone already there.
Oh, there he is. Oh.
That's.
Ooh. Yeah, so that's just unfortunate. We were actually on board with Grant at that point. Oh, that's not Susanna. That's Rule getting it all out of shape. He's just got off the curb. I mean, wasn't really anything that Marshall could have done, because if he got on the brakes, he would have been nailed by Grant. Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It happens in the last corner quite often. You come off that curb poorly and you sort of end up across the guy behind you. It's a rough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a bit of pill to swallow as well.
I mean, there was a bit of bumping down the straight as well, leading into that corner before the incident. So there was a lot going on there. I do remember one of them was in the dirt.
Yeah, it was not quite there.
What have you done? Have you?
I've not broken it. Here we go. There we go. So a little tap. We're on board with Grant for this one. Yeah, and so Richards ran a little bit wide. He gets up on the curb. Bang. Around. Oh, that's a big hit.
It is a big hit.
Massive
That's
hit.
pretty much every corner in the car gone.
Yep. Yeah, that's just death. Yeah, I think that's about it. We don't really need to go into anything else.
I don't think so, no.
It was very tame.
The track's gone to dark mode there.
Yeah, it has. Guess we'll wrap up the stream here. We got a bit of a break on Tuesday, so no shakedown sim racing until the following Tuesday. But we will be back live for GT Club's Renault RS01 series. If I can just bring up their calendar. Also, shout out to Albertsma for joining the Discord. I suppose I should also shout out some of the new members for AK Racing. Reginald Right Choice, thank you for joining the Discord. Oh yeah, and 2 years apparently. 2 years we've been streaming. That's a long time.
You're getting old.
Yeah, tell me about it. Let's see, Renault RS. Where's the Renault RS? There we go. So round number 2 for the Renault RS series is at Magny-Cours. That's going to be quite good, actually. They seem to have stuck with a French track theme. I'm glad they've done that. French car. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, 2 years. We've done well. I'm still alive, amazingly. But yeah, we're going to sign off here, I guess. Anything you two gentlemen want to add? I think we've heard enough from you, Tyler.
Okay.
Oh, then you can add something.
Bomb Barbagello.
Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah, but that's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough.
Or resurface it and make it better. Put better corners in, maybe. Or different corners.
Fair enough. Over to you, Chris.
Look, I think overall it was a pretty good night's worth of racing. It was very, very close. Top 10. The qualifying was insane, with the top 10 covered by less than 0.4 of a second. It was really good all around.
Yeah, well, I have to say, given how tight that track is and how difficult it is to make a pass, and just how close we saw everyone racing, like there were battle packs stretching down from, I don't know, from what, 4th down to 10th at one stage, and we had no real major issues. That reflects quite well on OK Racing. I'm very impressed with these guys.
Yeah, I will say I'm not looking forward, or I would not be looking forward to being in the stewards' room tonight, though.
There were only a few little incidents, weren't there?
I did get huminated. That wasn't little.
It was small enough. It was accidental.
It put me from 7th to 13th.
Yeah. Of course, a big pile up too. So the next round of AK Racing V8 Supercars will be at Winton. That's going to be cool on the 8th of next month. So looking forward to getting onto that one. Winton is a great track. Looking forward to that. But yeah, otherwise we'll wrap this stream up. Thank you very much to everyone joining us on Twitch, and thank you to everyone who joined us on YouTube. By the way, head over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Things are coming. It's going to be good. Really exciting. Okay then. Until next time, we'll see you later. Oh God, I haven't set this up yet. Give me a second. Okay. Bye.